Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everybody. Gonna get my colleagues on here and then we'll get started in just a moment. But today we're gonna be talking about lube, condoms, and barriers.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Welcome to our joint Friday Instagram Live. We'll be talking about condoms, barriers, and lube options. Just getting my folks in the room and we'll get started. Hey, Corey.
Hey.
What's up?
Hopefully that's better.
Well, we're just waiting for Whitman-Walker to join and then we'll go ahead and get started. How's your week been?
It's been good. It actually flew. The weeks have been feeling like they've been flying like lately. This week and last week feel like it flew so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe we're already basically, 2/3 of the way through March. And that this is a pretty long month. There's like almost 5 whole weeks in it.
Right. And it's been flying like super fast.
Do you have any plans for the weekend?
Nothing yet. I'm sure, as time goes along we will figure out something, but nope, nothing yet. What about you?
No crazy plans. Gonna go to a boxing class. Gonna do some work on my computer. Have some family visiting in town this weekend. Pretty low key. Walker in the room. I think they'll join any moment now, and then we'll get started.
Okay, let's go. They're here?
They're here, waiting for Instagram to catch up because I've hit the accept button like 4 times.
I don't know why it's lagging. That's why I had to get off and come back on because of it. It was like the sound was horrible.
I'm wondering if I had my Bluetooth headphones on, and that might have been a thing as well, but I've turned it off. Cool. We're in business. Welcome, Whitman-Walker. Thanks everyone for joining in. Ms. Jewel, her pronouns during the COVID-19 pandemic, the Walker Community Health Department has expanded its outreach efforts to social media. We cover various topics from sexual health and STIs and HIV to active care to social determinants of health and public health interventions. So the community health team is here to educate and support you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Corey. I use he, him pronouns. Today we'll be discussing options for lube, barriers, and condoms. There are so many available options for lube, barriers, and condoms, and they all help you have safer sex practices. But depending on allergies, personal preferences, and overall goals of types of sex you're having, some options can be better than others. So let's get started.
Cool. So to increase pleasure and safer sex, you want to be sure to use an adequate amount of lubrication during vaginal or frontal or anal sex. This might be best to use water-based lubricants. Oil-based lubricants like petroleum jelly or shortening or mineral oil or coconut oil or massage oils or body lotions or any cooking oil should not be used with condoms because they weaken the latex and cause breakage, which makes it more likely for you to have your condom break during sex and be more at risk for getting pregnant or getting an STI. So just, make sure that you're using the appropriate lubrication option depending on what kind of sex you're having and if you're using condoms and barriers. Also, please note that many condoms are already covered in lubricant or lube, so you don't need to go and add additional unless you want to.
Okay, male condoms. Male condoms, these can be worn on the penis or covered dildos with other toys. Male condoms come in all different sizes, textures, flavors, and colors. With so many options, it can be fun to experiment and figure out which you like the best. The flavored condoms are best just for oral sex. Given that condoms come in so many sizes, don't ever let someone trick you into think that their penis is too big for the average condom. If you can fit your whole arm or foot in there, they can fit their penis in there. Sometimes folks will say that the condom is uncomfortable, but STIs and pregnancy scares cause much more discomfort and take away from the peace of mind. Plus, if you have to ask your partner to wear a condom, they should respect that you ask from start to finish.
Yeah. And then on the female condom or FC2 front, these are super fantastic sack that fits inside of a vagina or a frontal or a rectum, and it's super comfortable to wear. Despite the name, they can be worn by people of any gender, and when they're worn vaginally or in the front hole, they stay in place with a flexible ring on the inside that's meant to fit snugly against the cervix. And another one that fits on the outside, and it's meant to rest against the vulva. For anal use of FC2s or female condoms, you simply need to remove the inner ring before inserting it into the anus and keep the outer ring outside of the wearer's body. I've heard great reviews about FC2s, and specifically remember being at an event where we were passing out condoms and FC2s, and this clearing us out of all of our FC2s because he loved using it with his partner. So he was super enthusiastic about them. If you haven't tried them, people really enjoy them. And again, they can be used by any genders. Just make sure you take that inner ring out if you're using it for anal sex and enjoy. Another barrier to explore is a glove. So gloves are made of latex or nitrile. Sorry for some pronouncing that. And they're safe for people with latex allergies. And they come in different sizes and colors. The gloves protect you while you explore manual stimulation like hand jobs or fisting. And plus, with a bit of lube, gloves can become slippery, sexy tools of pleasure that glide smoothly over the skin. Using one finger's worth of a glove can also be a great condom for someone who was assigned female at birth and may be on hormones that cause their clit or dick to enlarge. Another barrier option is a dental dam. Dental dams are thin, silky, smooth sheets of latex or polyurethane designed to make oral, vaginal, or oral anal contact safe and pleasurable for both partners. If you put some lubricants on the area to be licked and lay the sex dam or dental dam gently on top of the skin, but don't stretch it, you can just begin to lick away. And then on that front, if you don't have dental dam handy, but you have saran wrap, that's also a great kind of plug-in tool to use. Someone can use like a large sheet of saran wrap, and then the person who might be on the receiving end of oral sex can kind of sit their butt on it, and then you kind of fold that saran wrap over their frontal lower part, so vagina, front hole, what have you, and then also you can apply lube to the bottom of the saran wrap, so between the saran wrap and the person's body, and then begin your oral sex practices.
Yes. Consistent and correct condom use. Okay, actually, to achieve maximum protection by using condoms, they can be used consistently and correctly. The failure of condoms to protect yourself against HIV and STI transmission usually result from inconsistent or incorrect use, rather than product failure. Inconsistent or non-use of the can lead to getting an STI because transmission can occur with a single-sex act with an infected partner. Incorrect use diminishes the protective effect of condoms by leading to condom breakage, slippage, or leakage. Incorrect use commonly entails a failure to use condoms throughout the entire sex act from start to finish. Okay, So now it's demonstration time. I actually have a toy and a condom to show the audience how to use a condom the correct way, or put it on the correct way. So this is the toy. Let's see, get something that's a little bit higher. Okay, so a condom, penis, and this should be put on by the um, the giver and taken off by the receiver. Like either or, male or female. Of course, you want to check the expiration date, check the packaging to make sure there's no holes or punctures. So it's good. No punctures, no holes. Expiration date is good. You do not want to tear this open with your mouth. You want to open this with your hand. Open this with your hand. Push out. Use your thumb to make sure that it's being placed on the right side of the penis. So it should look like a little hat at first. Leave a little bit of room to catch the semen inside of the condom, and pinch, roll down the sides to the base of your shaft, and there you go. Condom is properly on. You always want to leave a little bit of room at the front of the condom. Make sure the condom is all the way down as far as it can go, and you're ready to go. Again, no oil-based. This condom does have lubricant on it, as you can see. It's not dry, and there you go.
Thanks for that demonstration, Corey.
You're welcome. Okay, allergy reactions. Allergic reactions. Allergic reactions tend to develop immediately after first contact with latex or after repeated exposure. If it is determined that the source of latex allergy, there's a non-latex condom that should be considered. These condoms are made of soft plastic material or polyurethane that are unlikely to cause allergic reactions. Lubricants can also be a source of allergic reaction. To solve this problem, you can purchase unlubricated condoms or use water-based lubricants. Water-based lubricant works well with condom brands and is unlikely to cause an allergic reaction in sensitive individuals. If you need further information or more help in figuring out whether you are allergic to condoms or lubricants, it is best to consult a medical provider.
Thanks for that rundown on the allergies.
Yes.
So just learned a lot about condoms. So here are a few condom rights that you should know. You have the right to insist on using a condom every time that you have sex. You've got the right to refuse sex without a condom. You have the right to use a new condom over shared sex toys. And so now a little bit about lube. Lube tends to have a bad stigma attached to it. Folks think it's just for dry vaginas or front holes, but it really does support pleasure for all sex partners involved and helps prevent cuts and tears that STIs can be transmitted through. That said, you want to use extra lubricant to make using condoms more comfortable and fun, to reduce the risk of a condom breaking, especially during anal sex. You want to use extra lubricant on the outside of a male or female or FC2 condom, and inside and around the vagina or front hole and anus. And then that said, I've got a demonstration as well. I think that this made me a lube believer, if you will. So I was at this event and a Whitman-Walker event, and someone had a fist, and they were like, okay, like make a fist and try to stick your finger in it, and you couldn't really get it that far in, right? So then they took some lube and they applied it to the opening of the fist, if you will. So there's a little bit of lube in there now, and said try again. And then in trying again, the finger kind of just slipped in pretty easily. So lube is awesome. Lube is for pleasure. Lube is for safer sex. It's not for dry vaginas and front holes. So let's break the stigma.
Spit is not lube, people.
And spit is not lube.
Spit is not lube. It does, yes, it does work, but spit is not lube.
Spit dries pretty fast.
Yeah, spit dries pretty fast, as well as spit is also a bodily fluid, so that's probably not the best thing to be using. So get some lubricant, your best friend. Okay? What kind of lube? What kind of sex? Stimulating, warmer tingles, and flavor lubes are available. Lube is is great to use for all kinds of sex play, alone or with one or multiple partners. But some lubes are recommended for some kinds of sex play. Here are a few tips. Most people agree that thicker lubes are easier to use with sex toys, mostly because they don't slide off the toy as easily. Thicker lubes are also easier and more comfortable for anal sex. Again, because of their thicker, they stay on your finger, toy, and penis is better with anal penetration, which is a lot slower kind of sex. Of course, we know that. Having something that stays in place is helpful. Some people suggest that a thicker lube also provides a cushion feeling in the rectum. For vaginal or front hole intercourse, consistency is a personal preference. Should you use water or silicone-based lubricant?
So, both water-based and silicone-based lubricants are safe to use with condoms. It's only the lubes that have oils that you have to really avoid using with condoms because, again, they will degrade the quality of the condom and the effectiveness of the condom, and therefore making it easier to break and making it easier for you to be exposed to an STI or pregnancy. So the main difference between water-based and silicone-based lubricants are that water-based lubricants flush out of the body and off of the body easier than silicone-based lubricants. They're more widely available. This was a water-based lubricant. They're less expensive and they'll be less likely to stain sheets, but not always. That's not a promise. And then silicone-based lubricants contain no water. They never dry up or evaporate, aka they stay wetter for longer. They require soap and water to come off the skin. They do not absorb into the skin. They are more expensive. Less is required, aka a little goes a long way, and they may stain the sheets.
Condoms and lubricant tips. You can get condoms and lubricant from your doctor or healthcare provider, a sexual health or government clinic, stores and pharmacies, the internet, some charities, health clinics, and our bars provide condoms. Whitman-Walker provides free condoms, FC2, FC2s, I always get mixed up on that, and Lube at our healthcare centers. Through testing vans, DC residents may also visit sexualbeing.org to order condoms and get them delivered to your door.
Thank you, everyone. If you haven't already checked our pinned comment, Whitman-Walker Health is available for free HIV and STI testing by appointment. So call us at 202-797-4439 to schedule your testing appointment today. Again, that number's in the comments. And we thank you for being here and learning about lube and condoms and barriers with us. But before we go, we've got to talk about COVID-19 and the vaccines. So if you haven't already gotten your vaccine, if you have gotten your vaccine, congratulations. You've taken a really big step toward protecting your loved ones and yourself and your community from illness. We've seen multiple variants of COVID kind of spread and take off and infect a lot of people throughout this pandemic. So we also know that the vaccine is 100% effective at preventing COVID-19 infections, but it is super helpful in preventing people from getting really sick with COVID, from getting hospitalized with COVID, and from dying from COVID. So, as more contagious variants may continue to spread, please be alert. Please stay on top of the latest protocol from the CDC, and check with people who are around you if they're vaccinated or not, so you can know what precautions to take and how much you should wear your mask and how much distance you should keep from them. If you haven't been vaccinated and you're looking for an appointment, Whitman-Walker Health has COVID-19 vaccine available. Everyone who is ages 12 and up is eligible to receive a COVID-19 vaccine. Please reach out to us at 202-207-2480 to make an appointment. And if you are having trouble making an appointment with us, you can visit the vaccine website for DC residents at vaccinate.dc.gov or call them at 1-855-363-0333. If you're a Maryland resident, you can visit covidlink.maryland.gov or call 855-634-6829. If you live in Prince George's County or Montgomery County, you can visit their individual vaccine portals online. If you're in Prince George's County, you can also if you're in Montgomery County, also call their vaccine hotline at 240-777-0311. And finally, for Virginia residents, you can visit vaccinate.virginia.gov or call 1-877-829-4682. If you have not been vaccinated and you do not want an appointment to get vaccinated, please be sure to continue to follow CDC guidelines for mask wearing, quarantining, social distancing, and the like. It's very important that you consider getting the vaccine and discuss COVID precautionary measures with those around you. You also want to be mindful of masks and keep your distance, but especially when you do not know whether a person has been vaccinated or not. Please remember to follow us at Whitman-Walker on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and check our website at whitman-walker.org for the latest information on our services. And for more COVID-19 resources and general Whitman-Walker resources and services, please call our team at 202-797-4439. That's the number pinned in the chat, where you can also schedule your HIV or STI testing appointment. And you can also follow some of our Whitman-Walker family at RealTalkDC _ and NoFilterDC. Thank you all, and wishing you a happy Friday.